Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is another Asian movie collection addendum video. And this one in particular is dedicated to one release. Only one release. 3 movies within the release. And this is, of course, the Iron Angels Trilogy Blu-ray release from Vinegar Syndrome. Now, this is kind of a dream come true for me, I suppose. You know, I've been a big fan of these Hong Kong girls with guns movies for quite a while now. And, with all the Blu-ray releases and the boutique releases of horror movies and action movies and all this stuff that we've been getting for years now, I was starting to worry that we weren't going to get tricked out releases of these girls with guns movies. But we've had a decent amount of them now over the past few years. The other big one that comes to mind is the In the Line of Duty 1 to 4 set. And that, along with these, are movies that, I'm going to watch and rewatch quite a bit in the future. The problem up to this point is that, the DVD quality that we've had up to this point, ranged between pretty good and garbage. Really garbage. So the fact that we got these on Blu-ray was a huge plus. So I do have separate reviews for all 3 of these movies on my channel and in separate, videos. I'll include links to those reviews in the description box below. We will be talking a little bit about the movies, but this video will be mostly focused on the set. So let's crack into this. And again, this is from Vinegar Syndrome. Now let's look at the book here first. This looks pretty sweet. It almost looks like really shiny metal bullets. I'll take that. So this one, again, like a few other releases I've been covering lately, the booklet doesn't have a table of contents. But I guess whatever. So you get a write-up on Angels and Demons, the explosive combination of girls with guns. Then we get Women on Top is another write-up. Then we get credits on the movies, and then Give a Girl Some Credit. Teresa Wu's Iron Angels. So the artwork in this, you basically have, for the write-ups, you have this dark green, almost like military green or whatever you want, army green colored paper with a white font. And then the pictures on the inside are very, almost like matte or very, grainy. Almost like you're watching it on an old TV, which is kind of how we watched these back in the day, right? But yeah, so the booklet, it's about, well, there are no page numbers, but it's a pretty good amount of write-ups in this. And, I like the cover of this, or the front page there. Now, for the actual movies themselves, this is the case. And obviously get Iron Angels 1, 2, 3. Now, Iron Angels, after drug enforcement officials destroy opium fields in Thailand, disrupting a global drug network known as the Golden Triangle, the officers responsible for the raid are one by one targeted for assassination by the violent cartel. And so the good guys gotta hire the Iron Angels, which is I would say a special crime unit. They're not secret agents. They're kind of just special agents. And they go in, they do research, extract information, and they also kick a lot of butt. And, so the main stars of this movie would be Moon Lee, Yukari Oshima, are the two, Moon Lee's the lead female, Yukari Oshima is the lead villain type character. And, the Iron Angels, right, this first one came out in 87, I believe, so I think it was after Yes Madam, or right around when Yes Madam was released, which is part of the In the Line of Duty franchise. And these 2 movies helped to really popularize this type of film, or this subgenre of film, back in the mid to late 80s. And I actually prefer Iron Angels significantly to Yes, Madam, if I'm being honest. I think the plot is pretty focused in the first film of this trilogy. And, it moves along very nicely, and you get some good action scenes, which are a mix of, like, gunplay and martial arts. A few of the highlights are, like, a huge mansion shootout in the middle of the movie. And then at the end, you get some really good fights in, like, a warehouse area. But yeah, the first film is the best quality film of the trilogy, all right? Now, I'll go through the special features at the end. Then you'll get Iron Angels 2, all right? Released just a few years later, or possibly the year after. Now an Iron Angel himself, Alex goes on vacation with Elaine and Moon for much-needed rest and relaxation after completing a dangerous mission. While in Malaysia, Alex meets up with two old friends to enjoy some laughs and reminisce. However, the stakes become deadly when Alex discovers that the CIA is secretly investigating his wealthy friend for funding a government coup. So his buddy ends up being like a wannabe dictator. And so while the Angels are on vacation, they gotta fight him. It's a really dumb plot when you really think about it. In the second film, it's basically like our protagonists go on vacation and they just get into trouble for, like, no good reason. It's like the plot of the second movie. But the action comes through. You have like a suspenseful car chase in, like, this forest. It's more of like a jungle type movie, really, where it's set. You're in, like, the woods a lot, in the forests a lot. And there's a good car chase that's pretty suspenseful in the middle, and then the end has, like, this big finale, along with, other action scenes that are tossed in. But yeah, the second one is probably my least favorite of the trilogy, because you have a lot of storytelling flaws, and the action is not quite as good as the first or the third film. But I still like the second film, actually, after a recent rewatch. So they're all worth watching. And then Iron Angels 3, which actually could have the worst plot of them all, but it has better action than Iron Angels 2. So I actually prefer the third one a little bit more than the second one. The Iron Angels are back once again, this time to stop an international terrorist organization hell-bent on starting a war between Thailand and Vietnam. Moon must go undercover as a deadly assassin to infiltrate the terrorist group, as they're planning to assassinate several high-ranking government officials. Yeah, so the third movie, the Angels are kind of broken up, where Moonlee does her own thing, and then the rest of the team does their thing. And the third movie has it's probably one of the better showcases of Moonlee's action abilities that you're going to have, because she gets a few real good action set pieces, the best of which is, like, this one versus many fight inside of a mansion. It's pretty sweet. Get a poster in here as well. I'll show you a quick glimpse of it. I don't want to unfold the whole thing, but the poster is very similar to the box art, the case cover. So you get that scene, and then the end is like a crazy finale. Crazy. Like, they use these weird, like, I would say equipment, is I guess how I would call it. Very, very odd. But it was very entertaining. So, I mean, as you can guess, these movies are like, the second and the third one are kind of brainless action movies, whereas the first one is a little bit more legitimate in terms of plot. But all three of them I like. And there's times where I'll do, like, a triple header feature and watch all three of them, like, back to back to back. All right, this is English, region free. So this is region A, B, and C. So that's convenient. Newly restored from existing studio masters, which has been another problem with these movies, because if you wanted to get some of them, and it was tough to find the uncut versions with good quality. It looks like all of these are probably the uncut versions, I believe, just based on the runtimes. All films are presented in their original Cantonese language soundtracks. That was another problem. Sometimes you'd find it and it'd be a terrible English dub. I mean, these really needed a Blu-ray release, like, bad. And, English subtitles. in addition to the English language dub soundtrack. So, okay, so you get both. You get both. You get Mandarin language dub soundtracks for Iron Angels and Iron Angels 3. And now we get the commentary tracks with film historian and author Sam Deegan on the first film, Iron Angels. Commentary track with martial arts film expert Frank Zhang for both Iron Angels 2 and 3. Meeting an Angel, 21-minute featurette. That's a discussion with actress Elaine Liu. The Angels Go to War, that's an 18-minute special feature. Interview with production manager. 3 Directors and an Angel, 30-minute special feature. Interview with director Raymond Lung. The Shadow Action Director, 33 minutes long. An interview with acting director Stanley Tong. So there's a lot, in Hong Kong, a lot of times you'll have multiple directors doing a movie. You'll have, the main director, and then you'll have, the action director and stuff like that. So that's why you hear so many directors listed on here. And then Angels Shed No Tears, another 9 minutes, a video essay, and original trailers. And they actually retranslated the English subtitles. So, yes, this is solid, folks. Very solid. I would say if you're at all interested in Hong Kong action movies, especially female-driven, I mean, these are must-watches, I think. I mean, like I said, these and the In the Line of Duty films, I'm going to watch. I mean, I watch them multiple times a year. I like them so much. There's, flaws in terms of, storyline at times. But if you just want to crack back with some popcorn and, watch fun action movies, these are pretty solid. And, the Blu-rays, while I was watching these, I watched these recently when I got this in the mail, and I was like, man, I'm so glad I have these on Blu-ray. I've been watching these on crappy DVD quality for so long, So yeah, that's a big-time release for me. Definitely. Hopefully we get more Girls with Guns stuff. I'm not sure how, fans of Vinegar Syndrome, I may have read or heard somewhere that some of the long-term fans of Vinegar Syndrome don't really care about Hong Kong action movies that much. They're getting a little irritated. They were actually getting some... They're releasing Hong Kong movies a little bit more frequently, which I'm very happy about. But, yeah, it's good to have another label, just kind of tap into some of those Hong Kong flicks that we just haven't gotten yet on Blu-ray. So I hope we get more of these, because there are more. Moon Lee and Yukari Oshima, action flicks from the 80s and 90s that we need releases for, as well as some other stuff with other actresses in terms of the Girls with Guns subgenre. So hopefully we keep getting more, because I'll keep buying them. I will. And as always, folks, I'll see you next time.